Good evening, everyone.
Oh dear, how are you?
I just want to welcome everyone to the New Bern Redevelopment Commission meeting for December the 10th. It is now 6 o'clock, and we asked Jessie Rue, the Director of Development Services, if she called a roll. She's taking the place of our assistant, Assistant City Manager tonight. Thank you.
Yes, all right. I will call the roll. Commissioner Proctor. Commissioner Stewart.
Here.
Commissioner Jones.
Here.
Commissioner Morgan.
Here.
Commissioner Strickland. Chairman Parham.
Here.
Commissioner Wallace.
Here.
Commissioner Dillahunt.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum.
Thank you. We'll start with our mission statement. Good morning.
Past, present, future, equal time.
Respect others' opinions.
Listen to build consensus.
Share accurate information, public perception.
Stay focused, be action oriented.
Believe.
Thank you. Thank you. I guess everyone has received the agenda for tonight. Is there a motion to accept the agenda as printed?
So move.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
It's been moved and probably second that we approve the agenda. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passed. Thank you. Number 5, public comment. Mr. Philip Hedrick. In the package, you'll see he has presented us a package for properties he's wanting to purchase. And I think most of us have read through it, but you have anything to say towards this?
Well, I just have a passion to build affordable small houses, and I would like to keep doing that until I can't get up anymore.
Okay. Now I guess were you able to talk to Zeb before he left? I'm talking about the process of here. Okay, good. The only thing is, if we approve it, it's still got to go to upset bid.
Right.
Okay, got upset bid. And the only other thing is that I was concerned about is we did it once before, and I don't know if it's probably taught you. We're looking forward to seeing plans of what you want to put there, because we had a gentleman to come before and wanted to buy the property, and we didn't approve it until we saw his plan, and the plan was not what we accepted. So, but based on what I've seen you produce so far, I think this will be okay. Okay. Anyone have any questions on Ms. Hedrick's?
So is there a request being made now? Is for the two parcels that in the agenda, or you just were kind of getting some feedback from him on his future plans?
No, sir. Mr. Stewart, I believe that Mr. Hendricks is coming because he has submitted an offer to purchase the lots located on White Street, specifically 606 White Street, which is owned by the Redevelopment Commission. I understand that Mr. Hedrick is interested in building a single-family home on that lot that's owned by the commission. There's a lot behind it that's owned by the city and county. And Mr. Phil, is it your understanding that you submitted an offer to purchase that lot as well from the city and county? Are you proposing to do 2 houses? Is that what you're proposing to do?
Well, there are 2 lots, but they're probably, but I'd like to see what happens in the neighborhood first.
Okay. But it's for single-family residential construction?
Single-family residential only.
Okay. And in your packet, Mr. Stewart and members of the commission, there is a resolution that you could consider adopting tonight, initiating the upset bid process. As you review that resolution, I'd like to direct your attention to Exhibit B, which is page 4 of 4 of that resolution. Exhibit A, if I said B, I meant A.
Okay, yeah.
In Exhibit A, it sets out some conditions
Correct.
that you all may consider imposing. Those conditions include that once he closes on the property, whoever the final highest bidder is, they've got 12 months to start construction. Starting construction is considered completing the foundation of the home. Thereafter, they've got an amount of time that they've got to, if they don't start within 12 months, then title of the property reverts back to the Redevelopment Commission.
Correct.
And another condition that is stated here is that any residential dwelling that's not owner occupied must be sold or rented to low to moderate income persons. That is a condition that has been imposed in the past by this board. I don't know if you have an appetite to continue that condition or if you want to do something different. But as you have Mr. Hedrick here tonight, it may be fruitful for you all to discuss those conditions with him to see if it's compatible with his plan and whether his plan is compatible with the conditions that you might want to impose.
I do have a question for Mr. Henry.
But
Do you have any current or past projects either in the redevelopment area, the city of New Bern, or in Craven County?
Yes, sir. I finished one down on Blades Avenue, and now I'm working one on Bern Street. And it's right behind, it's just right across the street from the barber shop.
yeah.
Okay, and are these single-family dwellings or small homes also, or tiny homes, or?
Yeah.
Well, I don't particularly like the tiny home thing, but they are small homes. They're both in the 450, 475 square foot,
Single-family homes?
single family.
Thank you, sir.
Let's do it.
I guess my only question would be process-wise, I heard you mention that there were some other folks that had to submit drawings. So if that is the process, is that going to happen now, or is that something that you're saying that needs to happen in the future because he was able to not do that in the past? Or
Okay, because it's not here, my suggestion would be, because it's not here, my suggestion would be to move forward and adopt a resolution. But at the same time, it's got to go into upset bid. And in the process, Mr. Field can give us his floor plan, and either way it go, we can always say no or yes or no.
I guess what I'm asking is the process for potential buyer before he goes for the upset bid to bring in those drawings. Is that how it's happening?
Yes. But what happened here was when he was bringing in, Zell was gone, and then because Zell was always walk those that want a property through the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is, and not to hold the gentleman, Mr. Phil, up, but if the process is that you need the drawings and you need the drawings,
Right.
that should be across the board.
But it's across the board. It's just that the person that was doing it was not here anymore, and that slipped through the cracks on that situation.
So has the upset bid process happened? It doesn't look like that's happening yet.
No, it's not going to happen until we vote tonight whether or not to allow him to move forward.
And so what I'm saying is, in the instance that someone else was on the agenda or comes next week and says, or the next meeting and says, hey, we have, they potentially want to go through this process, are they going to be required to submit drawings?
Yes.
So then I think that it's only fair that you follow that process.
I understand that.
I'm saying, but what I'm saying is, and again, it's not to hold Mr. Phil up at all. I'm just saying if that's the process, that needs to be the process. Because that wouldn't be conducive for the next person that comes in here to be able to come and then we say, hey, you have to have these drawings. Yeah.
All right. Anyone else have anything to say? Yes.
Just a real quick question for the attorney. Would that be considered poor form for us to initiate the upset bid process and then because of the technicality, like it not being submitted, a picture not being submitted, then us to decide we're going to go backwards when we get down the road?
So we have the laws of North Carolina that dictate the upset bid process. And there's nothing in the general statute that requires you all to review plans. We also have policy and custom of the Redevelopment Commission. So many months ago, years ago, you all adopted almost like a 1, 2, 3 step process for people to come and make presentations to you about proposed redevelopment. It has been the custom of this board to require some illustration, whether it's a professional drawing or a sketch, a floor plan, photographs, something to give you all some indication of the type of development that's going to occur so that you can ensure that that development is consistent with your redevelopment plan.
Right.
And what we have tonight is a deviation from your policy and custom. Now, a majority of you all at any time can change the policy. So to your question, Mr. Strickland, if a majority of you all want to deviate, you can legally. What you might consider is what Mr. Stewart brought up is what's good for one should be good for all.
I agree.
So if you're going to deviate from that process, then we need to make sure that going forward, everyone is held to the same standard. If you know, I think Mr. Parham indicated that Mr. Hedrick has done some development in the past, and he stated today on television that the development he's proposing for this site is consistent with the development that you've already approved in the past. I don't know to what extent that makes you comfortable, but in the past, this board has wanted to see in writing what development they were approving.
So is there any drawings that Mr.
No.
Phil can produce from previous?
Not here. Well, he don't have it with him now, but he can probably give us that. So you have a motion, or you got a suggestion, or anyone else have any questions?
First meeting, I just think that if you're gonna do it, for one, I just think it's a process and procedure. I just think it has to be.
Give me a motion.
Well, my motion would be that Mr. Phillip comes back to the next meeting and brings the proper documentation to submit before the board.
Okay.
So I think Mr. Stewart's motion is to table this item
Correct.
to the January meeting for the applicant to have an opportunity to produce those drawings
Correct.
for your consideration.
Yes.
Second.
Okay. Okay. That's your motion?
Yes.
Second. Yeah.
Professional status.
Right. Okay. Motion been made, seconded, that we delay this motion, delay the approval so that Mr. Hendrick can come back in January with plans. Okay.
Well, and just to be clear, she's saying that it doesn't have to be a professional plan. It can be a sketch. It just needs to be some.
Right, yeah.
Yes, some sort of rendering.
Right.
But, and also based on what Jamie said, is that the policy of the redevelopment commission across the board is that is asked from everyone, correct?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
In essence, what you're saying, any person that buy a lot from the Redevelopment Commission has to present a plan.
Correct.
Why is that? If it's in the character of the neighborhood, and that's something I'm really concerned about.
We brought it before, is that the redevelopment commission is there to make sure that what goes in certain areas helps the neighborhood, improves the neighborhood. Because once before we had a gentleman that wanted to come in and put his house in there sideways. So we're pushing that to make sure front porches are facing the street. Those are the kind of things that we're trying to control. Some people get a piece of property, just shove it in there.
Well,
That don't do anything for the neighborhood.
in that part of the building plan that the front of the house must be facing the main street. So, and what I could gather from the past, people want to put mobile homes in there, otherwise they want to put them from the side. So, and what I'm saying, look like you're putting a lot of restriction on the people, and I've been through that. I mean, I call actual hell trying to build a couple of houses on my land as for getting it developed, and I'm trying to see why would anyone put certain restrictions on the land other than what's in the code. There's a code to go by.
Well, it sounds like what Jamie said was that there was already some policies and procedures that were adopted by the board.
Yeah.
And essentially, all we're doing is about to follow the policy and procedure.
So it's already in place. Right.
Yeah, and so it seems like Mr. Phil has already done this before.
Yeah.
It won't be very difficult for you to produce something.
Correct.
Just so folks can see it, and then we just are holding everybody at the same standard.
It's been moved and probably second that we table this until the January meeting. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passed. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, I guess, Jamie, would that be considered number 6 also?
Yes,
Yeah.
and Marvin
Good.
merged public comment with this presentation, so that was 6. We're on to 7.
That was 6,
And
okay.
Mr. Chair, I
Yes.
don't know if there are any other members of the public who came to make a presentation under general public comment tonight. I don't know if the board wants to give any members of the public that opportunity. We generally give 4 minutes.
No, I'm talking about item number 6.
I was referencing number 5.
Oh,
So
okay,
it looks like
okay.
we have a presentation kind of
Okay, I got it,
commingled
okay.
into public comment. I don't know if there's anybody else here who wanted to make public comments.
Okay. No, okay. All right, item 6, that's also your property that you're asking for. So would we do a motion to table that also?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Stewart?
Yeah, I would make a motion to table Mr. Phillips' Hendrick's acquisition of the properties until the next meeting.
606 White Street.
606 White Street.
I'll second that.
Okay. It's been moved and probably second that we table item number 6 to January. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Thank you. All right, presentation of Mr. Ansel Jarvis. Oh, come on. Yeah. Yes.
Is it okay to call him or no, have him on video or no?
That's fine. If we can hear him, yeah.
Okay.
Now, we have the information,
Uh-huh.
and of course, with the same situation here, they have, before you even call them, you have pictures, and it's the same situation as Mr. Phillip is. We don't have drawings. And Jamie, that's the same situation, correct?
Same situation. And just for clarity in our record, ma'am, would you mind stating your name and your relationship to the project?
My name is Krenisha Sile, and I date Ansel, so we.
Okay, so he's your partner.
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Jarvis is not present tonight?
No, he's not.
Did Mr. Jarvis, do you know, did he provide you with any drawings or pictures or any renderings of what he's proposing to do with these lots?
Not yet.
Okay. Is he intending to provide that information at
Yes.
some point?
Yes, he is.
Do you know when he intends to provide that information?
I know I don't have the exact date, but within the next month or two.
Okay. So members of the board, y'all heard what she said. I want to also direct your attention to a letter that Mr. Jarvis sent to the commission that's included in your agenda package. That letter is dated November 29th, 2025, which talks about what he intends to do. But as you've discussed earlier, I think somebody pointed out that there are no renderings or drawings that depict visually what the development may look like and how it may relate to adjoining parcels in the neighborhood.
That is correct.
So this would be similar situation.
So I have a question in regards to that.
Go ahead.
So when folks are trying to make these offers for properties that the Redevelopment Commission owns, is there like a fact sheet or something that they're getting so they know the information that they're supposed to present?
It goes right back to what Zell was, checklist. Zell was doing all the checklist stuff.
Got it.
And so by the time they came to us, it was probably a package showing drawings, showing, that they agreed to do certain things.
I understand.
Yeah, so a lot of times when it came to us, it was already there.
Got it.
Okay, it was already there. Already done, yeah. So, yeah.
If I can, I will mention there are guidelines for presenting an offer and purchase on the Redevelopment Commission website.
On the website.
Yeah.
Okay. And so those folks can turn that into who?
Now they turn it into assistant city
Mark?
manager.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. For the time being. Okay. All right. So what's going to happen? I guess, Mr. Stewart, you want to make a motion since you?
I make a motion that Mr. Jarvis presents the proper documentation for his acquisition of the properties.
Mr. Stewart, I'm also, I think your position has been, since we don't have the documentation that the board has customarily reviewed, are you asking also to continue agenda items 8, 9, and 10, those being 828 Eubanks Street, 1129 8th Street, and 1135 8th Street to the January meeting?
Correct, yes, ma'am.
Because all of those are Mr.
Related to Mr.
All of
Jarvis.
these.
Is everybody clear on that motion?
Yes.
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 Second.
Okay. So, just before we vote, the board has decided that we're going to table this request until January,
Okay,
so that Mr. Jarvis can come back with drawings of what he wants to put on the property.
okay,
Okay?
all right.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed.
So I just want to make sure I'm clear. So the drawings, as Jamie said, they did not have to be like professional architectural stamp drawings. They could be a sketch of what the floor plan looks like for that property. It doesn't necessarily have to be a picture of the external. It just needs to show a floor plan, square footage, things that falls within the criteria of what we're looking
Right.
for.
Right.
Okay.
In the past, Mr. Stewart, people have done sketches of floor plans that show square footage, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms. People have done, some people have taken like stock photos of what the exterior might look like to show the orientation of, the windows and the doors and how they relate to one another, how it relate to the streetscape. Sometimes when people are not proposing development and they're acquiring vacant lots and intend to keep them vacant, they'll just show a picture of the lot. So what the commission has historically required is very much tied to what the redeveloper is proposing. So in this circumstance, you've had 2 redevelopers come before you to propose construction, and you're going to want some information that lets you be able to visualize in your mind what the development may be.
Got it. Enough information?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me ask a question. And I'm presuming once they bring the drawings in, they will have the necessary setbacks according to the,
Yeah.
okay. Most people are aware of that. You got certain setbacks and
Right.
et cetera.
Okay. So if you just share that with Mr. Jarvis, we appreciate it.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
And do me a favor, and if there's any questions, you can also call the office of the assistant city manager, and they help them through it, okay?
Okay, what was it called again?
The assistant city manager.
Assistant city manager. Just call City Hall, ask for Mr. Marvin Williams,
Okay.
okay? Thank you. Okay. That was 8, 9, and 10. Item number 11, new business. Mr. Morgan? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm here. The neighborhood update, we have pretty much set in with our weather as it relates to the redevelopment area. And as you well know, the landscape always is changing. There are quite a few projects that are still underway, housing projects, some other building projects that the city and that certain private individuals are still developing, and they are moving forward with great progress. Next month, we will begin a new calendar year, and we will also have updates for the Wellness Center, and I'll have figures of how well it's been going, what's been used, what has not been utilized, and kind of give you an update. We will also be having an update by Chief Gallagher with New Bern Police Department, and we'll be letting you know some of the calls and reports that have gone into New Bern PD in the redevelopment area. as we're going to begin to keep a close eye on everything that's going on, the physical health, the mental health, and also the crime report agendas that are going on. We will also be having updates from some of the community groups. So we're basically just trying to close out our year, gather all of our information so that we could start a new calendar year. But as of right now, things are going really, really well in the redevelopment area.
I'm going to ask you, Mr. Morgan, and also Mr. Wallace, and whoever else, other committee members, and especially Mr. Reggie Jones, anytime, do us a favor, anytime there is a community meeting, email the entire board that there's a meeting going on, and it's going to happen next week, especially as community meetings.
Yes, sir.
Because we need to be visible. We need to go to the meetings, hear what's being said, and so that way, when someone comes asking some questions, we know what they're looking for, and at the same time, we know what we can and can't do. I think I mentioned that before. So we need to make sure that anytime you have a meeting with the community, let us know.
And that's what we're trying to gear ourselves toward now. And those particular groups are the block captains, the Duffy Field Residents Council, the Phoenix Group, and I'm leaving one out. Did I say Duffy Field Residents Council?
Yeah, you said it right. The Phoenix Group is People's Assembly.
People's Assembly.
People's Assembly, yeah, that's it.
Yes. So, and what we're trying to do is build a relationship so that they attend our meetings and so that we'll be attending theirs.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome. Any questions for Mr. Morgan? All right. Staff report?
Sure. I'm not going to go through the report submitted. Mr. Williams wrote that. If you have questions on that, feel free to reach out to him.
Yeah.
I do have in front of you at your seats a meeting schedule proposed for 2026. I would ask that you take some action. It's keeping it the second Wednesday of the month, except I'll note November is on a Thursday due to Veterans Day. That's the only deviation. And on that schedule, you will see you have a annual annual retreat planning meeting. That is to take place at the Development Services Building on January 24th from 9 to 2. So you will not have a regular meeting for January. And so if we could do that housekeeping thing and adopt that schedule, I'd appreciate that.
And one note before you consider adopting the schedule, you all have just continued several action items to the January meeting.
Yeah.
Customarily, you don't have business during those meetings. However, under these circumstances, you could carry out your business, at the beginning and then roll into your training sessions, or vice versa, whatever you want to do.
How does everyone feel to try to, because, the developers want to get started.
Yeah.
So we can put those two items at the beginning of our retreat and clear that out, let them move forward.
But Mr. Chairman, now just make sure that everybody's aware of those time frames on January 24th.
Yeah, extra 2 hours.
It's 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yeah, that's different. That is different from what we agreed upon, but we can make it happen.
But and sometimes you put the 9 a.m. to 2
Just to give you
just to get
Oh, you are welcome to do a regular meeting in January. We can modify that if you
No.
We need to have this retreat.
We need to have a retreat. The retreat is more.
Gotta have
a retreat. Yeah.
Okay, we're
Just to know it's gonna be 5 hours.
So I'll pass it on to Assistant City Manager that we want to use the first 2 items for our retreat to take care of the business of these 2 road developers.
Yeah.
Is that okay with the board?
I agree.
Good? Mm-hmm. Good? Okay, good. Thank you.
I agree.
And that retreat is on a Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, do we need to give, sorry, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do we need to give the folks a deadline for having anything that needs to be presented to us, submitted?
I'll make sure that I pass that information on to the Assistant City Manager so he can give me time. Because he's put that together, so I'll let them know. Okay?
Would you let them know it's coming? Huh?
Yeah.
Just to notify them that it's coming, the deadline
Right,
is coming.
right, exactly. Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else?
That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Chair,
And I have one more question. as for the Bloomfield project, I don't know where they're coming on, the old business or new business, and what's the status of that? You know, we have sold that to untouchable builders. I haven't heard an update on that. And that.
Haven't got anything on it.
Say that?
You talking about the McCarter property?
Yeah, the Bloomfield project, that
I haven't heard.
We sold it.
unshakable.
We sold it, who?
Unshakable supposed to be building dwelling over there, and he had a certain amount of time. Unshakable bill was supposed to, on Bloom, not
Oh, you talking about
The ones that
the
pulled.
guy from Greenville?
Yeah.
He pulled out.
He pulled out.
Yeah, they pulled out.
Okay.
Last time the information I got was he changed his mind.
Yeah.
But if I'm not mistaken, I think he might have wanted his money back, but he owns
He
it
didn't
now.
get it, yeah. He didn't get it.
So,
If
Deposit.
commissioners have questions about that project, what you might do is give direction to staff to report back, so that's something we could discuss at the January retreat.
okay,
So that you can have the information and be able to discuss it.
okay. Thank you.
But I think Ms. Rue has asked for some action as it relates to the meeting schedule. You'll need to formally adopt that schedule if that's the
Yes.
schedule you want to have.
Oh, yeah, I forgot, yeah.
So by being on January meeting, I guess the property going to go back up for sale or whatever that may happen to it since he's back out of this obligation.
These two, yeah.
And I wasn't aware of that. I didn't know what was going on. That's why I asked the question.
You talking about the two properties, one we talking about tonight?
No, on Bloomfield Street.
Oh, the Bloomfield, yeah, we'll put that on the schedule for us to get more information, like Jamie said. So we get all the information, give us an update on that.
And she can do that in January.
Yes, sir,
after
we can,
that.
we can have that done in January.
Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So before you, board members, the 2026 City of New Bern Redevelopment Commission schedule calendar has been posted. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Well,
Oh,
I think what Jamie is saying is that we need to adopt on the 24th to make that amendment to the meeting if we're gonna hear for those two gentlemen.
You can adopt the meeting calendar as
Right.
printed,
Right,
and you can direct staff to put those items at the top of your agenda.
right, that's what we said we were gonna do.
Two steps.
So far, we've only asked for 3 new items to be put on the January 24th business agenda.
You have asked for, yes, 4 items. So 606 White, 828 Eubanks, 1129 H Street, and 1135 H Street to be placed on the January agenda.
Right.
Generally, you don't do action items.
Right.
But I think a majority of you have decided that in the interest of time and to accommodate the developers who are
Correct.
participating in this process, you want to have 4 action items, the ones that I've enumerated, on your January agenda.
Okay, and Commissioner Dillahunt has also asked for some clarification on the Bloom Street property.
Correct. That will be a topic to discuss, but that is not an action item.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. And that would probably be something that we would come under, last year we had a retreat, we did last year's information, and then it was brought up to the date that we was meeting, those kind of things.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And also one more thing I want to mention. We had talked about the First Avenue properties. Could we get an update at that same time on that? Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
It might be a good idea, Mr. Chair, if people have topics that they want to discuss at the retreat, to contact Mr. Williams so that he can aggregate that information, because it may be that a few of you have want the same information.
Yes.
And I'm sure that he can make arrangements to accommodate all the questions that commissioners might have.
Okay. And like I said, and like,
I'm listening at what she's saying, but I think Mr. Hubb was working on and for another appraisal on that property. Did we get lost? He had an appraisal, a developer, someone that was working on that property. I don't know what the outcome was. I'm just trying to focus back on it.
I'm looking at what he sent us, his last report, and I don't remember seeing it, Mr. Dillon.
Nothing about the First Avenue properties.
And all of us got copies of this, right? Everybody got copies?
I didn't see it neither, but I was still concerned about it
Okay.
because some folks were trying to, I think, survey it, or he had some people working on it.
All right, make a
And
note
I
of
just
that.
want to know where
All right.
we had on that certain property.
Okay.
And I think there's several lots that we were talking about erecting some houses on. So has it gotten lost between the time or, and that's something we can bring up in the retreat, I presume.
Yeah, because based on what I've got here, okay, that's City Craven. I'll make a note for him to bring that to us. Okay. All right. The other items, the West Street project, I don't have the update there. You got it?
Sure. I think we still need to take action on the capital.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The motion.
We made, motion made and second.
Yes.
Okay. All in favor of the calendar as presented?
Aye.
Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Motion passed. Okay. Jesse, I've got, this is what we got, but I wasn't sure about the other items, of course, it's in the package, the East Street closure, resolution to transmit it to the
So
surveyor.
the East Street closure was approved by the Board of Aldermen.
right, okay.
Not last night, but at the previous meeting.
Okay.
And I believe that's progressing, if I recall the conversation we had with Marvin the other day.
Okay.
And that's being drawn up now, I think, actually. I don't have, Jamie, do you have anything else on that? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I got on that one. And I can tell you the applicants for the RDC position, they do have a number of those. I think several of them they felt were qualified and are planning on doing interviews for that in January. I don't sit in on those interviews or I share more, but I do know that they are planning on doing those early in the new year. So.
Okay. Okay. And item F, if you notice, because we got the date the 24th, and we've invited city manager, public works, we can also invited Habitat, Humanity, and hopefully we'll have the opportunity of having Merle Flood back to update us on some of the things he was still doing in Greenville that might help us here. They did so much stuff over in Greenville. And hopefully we can get him to tie in with housing more so than the commercial side that they did also. Okay. Does anyone else have any other questions?
I'll just add to that too, like we were talking about earlier, if he does attend your meeting and you've got ideas for projects out there, he has some wonderful students. Our department has worked with them before. We'd love to have another one, and we'd love to do a project that could potentially help you all. So
Okay.
plant that seed with him.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I did talk with Judy Pierce at the hospital, and she was saying that she thought the numbers were looking good, and there were people calling to make appointments to get into the health center on 3rd Avenue. So that's the only thing I got on that. Okay. Yeah, that's another start. Okay. All right. We don't have a need for a closed session tonight.
Not tonight, sir.
Item number 14, adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a motion on the floor to adjourn. It's been properly moved and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting's adjourned.